Hello and welcome back to another episode of Measurement in a Minute. I'm your host, 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗬𝗧 with Lakeside Process Controls. And in today's episode, we're continuing our discussion around Emerson's location awareness solution. Now, in the last few episodes, we talked about the infrastructure, the benefits of wireless HART for piecewise implementation. Today, we're going to look at the software side of this solution as it's really important. This solution builds off of what we call PlantWeb Insight. Now, PlantWeb Insight are a range of prepackaged analytic software solutions that we have. So we have solutions for heat exchanger monitoring, PRV monitoring, steam trap monitoring, and the list really goes on and on and on. And this is one other set or application within this suite that you could potentially have throughout your facility. So if we take an example here, this is a screenshot from the location application within PlantWeb Insight. This is actually our Shakopee factory in Minnesota, where location awareness is manufactured. And what we can see here is an emergency mustering procedure occurring. And so very quickly we can identify we have two safe zones or two muster zones, who is in these zones and who is not. We can also look at a total basis, for who is in and who is out, depending on how specific we want to get with that information. And we have a real-time map to identify are personnel making their way to these safe zones, or are they already in these safe zones? You have a muster timer as well, which is super beneficial to see how long things have been occurring for. And then as well, highlighted in green here are the actual muster zones, and you can adjust these accordingly. Now, after a muster event, you also get a report with KPIs built in, which is super helpful. Before, you didn't have any of this data. You couldn't tell, are we improving? Are we getting worse? And really, you can go back in time and actually see all of the history of those musters. And you'll start to get some really cool data points from this, make some interesting connections. So for example, maybe you'll realize, certain people or certain sets of employees are taking much longer than other employees. Maybe it's because they're always working at one side of the plant. They're too far away from a muster zone. Maybe you have to add another muster zone, right? And the beauty of this solution is that it doesn't take much to add another muster zone. You don't necessarily need another supervisor, to manage that. We can do this via the software. Okay, so that's just one of the benefits of this, and you won't realize some of them until you implement it yourself and you start to make some of these connections. Should you have any questions about location awareness or any other of our products, please reach out to us using the QR code to my right. Thanks everybody. Have a great day.